let's talk about Coach Sirianni. Where do you put him amongst the best coaches right now? Because he's been to the Super Bowl twice. Um, Howie Roseman definitely gets a lot of credit as well because he assembled that team. But where do you put Coach Sirianni amongst the coaches right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's also a great question because he's had a lot of success. He's had a lot of success, and I think the public eye of him isn't exactly the most positive. You know, he talks a lot. People have a lot of strong opinions about Nick Sirianni. But I like him as a coach. The players love him. You could tell these players love playing for him, and to me, that matters a lot in terms of how you feel about a coach. Like from us, we're not in the building every day. We're not at practice every day. We're not team meetings. So we don't really know Nick Sirianni like the players know Nick Sirianni. We don't have a relationship with Nick Sirianni, but you can see it. The players love playing for him. They get behind him. And to me, that tells you he's a really good coach and he's well respected in that building and he has control over that locker room. The locker room respects him. And so to me, that you've got to be a great coach. You've got to be a great coach to do that. In terms of coach rankings, man, I mean, he's definitely top seven. Again, I'd have to sit down and really, really look at it all, but he's definitely a top seven coach. And people are going to hear this and probably come in the comments like, "Well, he's top three." Like, I don't know. I'd have to look down and genuinely look at all the coaches in the league and see what their success, has been throughout their careers. But no, he's one of the best coaches in the league, point blank. That is a fact. And he does a great job. He does a great job of hiring coordinators, year in, year out, because Philly is a kind of a bridge job for a lot of assistants to go into the head coaching ranks. So he does a good job of, developing other coaches, getting them out into head coaching jobs, but also replacing them with quality coaches as well.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. One thing that is underrated about most coaches is their ability to manage multiple personalities in a team, right? You got, people with different personalities, different egos, and kind of pointing everybody to the right direction, which is winning a championship. And I think Nick Sirianni, man, he did a great job in bringing everybody together. Especially when the Eagles had a difficult time earlier, even this season, the first half of the season. You heard all kind of stuff. I don't know if you remember the Brandon Graham radio show. There was also AJ Brown saying that the passing game is lacking. You had multiple personality clashes, and that's one thing I liked about Pete Carroll. You remember those Earl Thomas, come get me, the middle finger, all those kind of different personalities. Marshawn, and you had Russ that was kind of that was not despised, but maybe like looked differently by the defense because Pete had some kind of favorability for Russell Wilson back then. So and Pete's ability to manage those personalities, I think, was great, man.
Yeah, and I mean, another thing is Nick Sirianni. I don't know if you've been to Philadelphia, but Nick Sirianni is Philadelphia. I mean, you have to be a little blue collar tough, have a little edge to you. Um, Nick Nick is very animated. He's not afraid to show some emotion and personality and stuff. And that to me is Philadelphia, and that's why that whole city rallies around him and rallies around that team. He does encapsulate Philly.
Congratulations to the Eagles, man. I was really wrong about that team. I thought the three-peat was destined to happen. I did not see that defense. I thought they could win, but I did not see them dominating. Kind of like we saw the Seahawks dominate the Broncos in Super Bowl 48. I did not see that kind of domination. And coming, so congratulations to the Eagles, and yeah, I think they're here to stay.
They are. I mean, the way they draft and develop up front, as long as they have that the trenches, as they do, that they'll be fine. They'll be here. So thankfully, Seattle doesn't have to play in the regular season next year.
Yep, that's true.